What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here with the quartering, and I love to kind of put a bow on the end of many of the big stories that we cover. Things like the Battlefield 5 debacle, Fallout 76, and many of the other large stories that we've caught up to this year. But I want to remind you that if you're not already following me on Twitter, my link will be in the description below. Please make sure you give me a follow there. If you use Twitter, it's one of the best ways to get a hold of me and give me tips and article ideas. Otherwise, the tip line is always open at thequartering@gmail.com, where I promise to always keep my sources anonymous and protected. So if you remember, this past summer, the genius that is Patrick Soderlund, who took $25 million bonus and started his own studio after leaving EA in shambles and pissing off the entire customer base, went out to say, well, if you don't like the handicapped pink-haired battle bot soldier female, don't buy it. Don't like it, don't buy it. He also managed to call customers, potential customers, uneducated if they didn't like disabled women on the front line of Battlefield 5. Now, I actually lately have kind of been itching for a shooter, but between the Call of Duty offering and refusing to give my money to EA after that debacle, I've kind of been looking for other things. However, news about Battlefield 5 is finally pouring out after having to push back the release day because they didn't want to release in an already busy October month. So they pushed back, and sales are horrible. Down as much as 63% when compared to Battlefield 1, and they are in full panic mode, just like Fallout 76. The game itself, for one more day, is 50% off. 50% off. The game is like a week old. Now, they did have the staggered release, which was really annoying, and the whole digital breakdown of purchases is tough to miss, but you really can't deny huge numbers like this. Game journalists are already running damage control, adding a lot of caveats to the sales data from Battlefield 5, which is on its way to joining the Get Woke, Go Broke master list. Hell yeah. All the corporate cajoling and shilling from the media can't stop the broke chain from claiming a victim in Battlefield 5, though especially if the first week of sales are anything to go by. According to Eurogamer, Battlefield 5 launched fourth behind Red Dead Redemption 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and FIFA 19 in the UK. The GfK sales chart for the week ending November 24th was not a pretty one for Battlefield 5, despite being a new launch title. That means games that have already been out for some time are still outselling it. That is pretty rough. As noted in the article, the game was down by 50% of Battlefield 1's physical sales. This is comparing 5 days worth of track sales in Battlefield 5 versus just 3 days of track sales from Battlefield 1. So in a longer period of time, you had even fewer sales. That's probably where this article gets the 63% from. Battlefield 5 was available digitally earlier if you bought the pricier deluxe edition, which granted access on the 15th of November, and you could gain access earlier if still subscribed to Origin Access Premier, which only launched this year. And then there's the general rise in digital game sales over physical copies. As ever, UK numbers completely chart track only counts boxed copies sold. Eurogamer still had to admit that even though their own review of the game was berating it for its ridiculous launch glitches and having half of its content missing from release, the rest of the propaganda-filled war stories doesn't arrive until December, and the Battle Royale mode doesn't launch until March of 2019. Eurogamer wasn't the only one trying to reason out Battlefield 5's piss-poor launch week sales. Game Industry Biz, yes, the same one that defended China's communistic censorship practices, also attempted to add some silver linings to the numbers for EA and DICE first-person agitprop shooter after admitting that the UK's physical sales for the quarter were down past Black Friday with a 4.6% drop in revenue and 6.7% drop in sales. Now, if we look at this exact review, if you look at forget all the bad PR, okay? Forget all the bad PR of Patrick Soderlund telling us don't like it, don't buy it. And I am being completely honest that I would have bought in this game if it weren't for that. I might be the only person on the planet. Hey, like this video if you agree. I would have definitely bought this game probably at the $30 price point. It's kind of hard not to buy it now, but to calm myself down and remember why I'm not buying it, I just look at those original Patrick Soderling quotes, but also I can read reviews. The very first sentence of this review: Battlefield 5 is a mess. Its glitchiest, most technically troubled DICE sandbox multiplayer has been since the infamous launch of Battlefield 4. And even the launch itself is all over the place. Here's a game that's not out for paying punters until later this month. Or it's out today, if you're willing to pay a little bit more. Or if you'd rather not pay for the whole thing, it's been out a week for EA Access subscribers. Or maybe a bit over a week if you're an EA Access subscriber, of course. And even when that particular mess is behind us, Battlefield 5 isn't where you might expect it to be. The inevitable Battle Royale mode, surely the perfect fit for DICE's own brand of chaos, isn't even out till March. The co-op mode that was announced at launch isn't coming until later. As for that matter, is one of the 4 single-player war stories. Another planned piece of post-release support. Such omissions and scarcity of features is all collateral from EA's move from its older business model toward free regular updates through Battlefield 5's feels so incomplete at launch as it veers away from the dreaded season pass at times. It feels more like early access title. Now the question is, what is the long-term play here? The idea that you're going to pay full price for the game and see these grayed out areas inside the game undoubtedly is going to make you feel like they just held it back, that they're holding this back on you. The idea that you'd pay for a game with the idea that a major mode in the game isn't going to be out until March, why would you even buy it right now, to be honest? If you are honestly interested in the Battle Royale mode, why wouldn't you just buy it in March? And it sounds like that's exactly what people are doing, and they are scrambling. You can see here, Target right now until Thursday has the game 50% off. That's even more deeply discounted than Fallout 76. This is a classic get woke, go broke price. So if you're on the fence about Battlefield 5, $30 is a pretty good price, I would think, for a third of a game. But that said, I'm still standing strong and saying, look, I don't want to give you money after you publicly badmouth customers and didn't do anything to make it up to us. I mean, after those statements from Patrick Soderling, they could have come out very easily and said, hey, we disavow this, we understand your frustration, we're hearing you, blah, 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 but they didn't. Battlefield 5 is already on sale for $30 on Xbox One and PS4. It's hardly a week old, but EA's latest shooter, Battlefield 5, is already on sale for $30 at Target right now. This surprisingly low sale price applies to the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game. The deal is only good till Thursday, November 29th, so if you've been considering picking up this World War II shooter, you'll want to jump on this deal fast. Yeah, you're not shilling at all. But it's not the only Battlefield 5 deal going on right now. Walmart has the console versions of the game on sale for $40 each, while Best Buy has them on for $42, as well as PC. And if you buy the game on any platform from Best Buy, it comes with a free Steelbook case. Best Buy also has the deluxe edition on sale for $72, normally $80 on PS4 and Xbox One. It isn't as big of a discount as the standard edition, but the deluxe edition comes with 20 weekly airlift items, special assignment missions, and 5 sets of paratrooper outfits. In our Battlefield 5 review, Mike Hyam scored the game an 8 out of 10. What? An 8 out of 10? What? What? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way. There's no way. Well, look at Metacritic. Metacritic's giving it an 81%. Most people are scoring it quite good. In fact, the user score is actually not that bad. 3.5, but that's not to say, if we look at Call of Duty, for example, Black Ops. Let's see how this rates. 82 with the 3.5. So it rates exactly the same as Call of Duty, and it's Activision. So I guess if I had to buy a shooter, I have to choose between a terrible company in Activision or a company that openly hates its customers, and EA, a company that has 2 times won worst company of the year. I think I'm just going to sit back, play my Red Dead Redemption. I'm going to play my Red Dead Online. I'm going to finish my Dragon Quest 11, and I'm going to enjoy whatever other recommendations you all make to me. I think this is going to be the final in the Battlefield 5 saga, and if EA has learned anything, which it's clear they haven't since Battlefront 2, that they should probably not insult their customers, and they should probably try to get more connected with their base. This is the year of the AAA flop, isn't it? We've got Fallout 76, huge flop. Battlefield 5, at least in terms of sales numbers and bugs, way down. I wonder if 2019 is going to see more staggered releases for video games, or if they're going to continue to all try to pack it into 1 month again and hopefully fight it out for the scraps that are left as gamers desperately try to put their shekels together to buy 1 or 2 games. I'm sure that more and more titles are going to get released in this staggered manner, which I really, really hate. It's a way to push your release date ahead. It's a way to get your customers money today and not deliver the product for many months. It's disgusting. I hope that nobody else adopts this, and I hope that companies like Rockstar and CD Projekt Red continue to stay at the forefront of being connected with gamers and giving us amazing titles that come complete with relatively few bugs. I hope you enjoyed this video. Looking forward to your comments in the comment section down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.